Okay, let's resume our class. This is the second session of the benefit of exercise. Okay, the next thing that we can expect would be a prevention of weight gain. So if you participate in exercise aerobically and anaerobically, or muscle building exercise, then you can expect losing your body weight. And the which is leading to your improved obesity. And that you can lose your body weight combined exercise and your diet. And they improve the cardiovascular muscular fitness, that you can expect improved your fitness level in terms of cardiovascular perspective and muscular perspective. Fortunately, we increased your bone density if you exercise, so that you can expect the prevention of falls. And the next one, reduce the depression and better cognitive function, especially for the old people. But even if for the youngsters, like children and adolescents, and youngsters like you can expect a lot better cognitive function by improve the endocrine system and function the brain. I'll talk about that later. And we can expect improve the functional health, especially for the older people. What about reduce the abdominal obesity? Yeah, lots of people talking about their obesity, but especially they are talking about the abdominal obesity. Yeah, that's right. I think you may have some difficulty in maintain the healthy condition of the abdominal obesity. So you are expecting reduce the abdominal obesity when you participate in exercise, especially aerobic exercise. Another one, you can expect weight maintenance after weight loss. That means yo-yo 현상. But if you keep your exercise doing every day, then definitely you can expect preventing gaining your body weight. How about lower risk of hip fracture and increase the body bone density? You can prevent lower risk of hip fracture by increasing bone density. So it has a high relationship between lower risk of hip fracture and increase the bone density. How about the improved sleep quality? This one has something to do with what? Your improved functional capacity of your brain system. What about the lower risk of lung and the endometrial cancer? Endometrial cancer means 자궁내막암. Especially this one is for women, not men. Okay, so you can expect improved condition of this kind of disease. In your daily life, you can expect the 5 major risk factors. So if you aware of the 5 major risk factors, then it will be beneficial for you. The first one is sedentary life. Sedentary means sitting in your chair. Which group is taking risk for their daily life? That would be a student group, especially for senior high school students. They are sitting in a chair more than 10 hours. So I think that would be pretty much dangerous for high school students. So you should make a rule that once you study 1 hour and then stand up and move your body, that should be your rule. And second one is the high blood pressure. And everybody understands the high blood pressure is a cause for various type of disease. And the abdominal values for the blood lipid, this is the abdominal obesity. And what about the smoking? I know the smoking is bad for everybody, but actually I see men, they are very much reluctant to smoke nowadays, as far as I know, but I see women and adolescents, even children, they are smoking more and more. I think that this is very much dangerous for everybody. And the next one is the obesity. This one is the critically important for the people with the cardiovascular related disease. So obesity is critically bad for cardiovascular disease. So this is like a 오적 to maintain our health condition. Okay? Now I would like to move on to then what's the benefit for exercise specifically. The first one, we can expect the improvement of your mood and reducing the psychological symptoms and better stimulating better thought in the brain. That means exercise can improve the brain system. Okay? And next one, it increases your respiratory capacity and improve your digestion and your fat metabolism. And it lowers your body fat and reduces your weight. And also it reduces your risk of heart disease. And also it reduces the risk of breast, ovarian, and colon cancer. It does say specifically exercise is improving the state of breast, ovarian, and colon cancer, but according to researchers, exercise is very good for many types of cancer. In addition to those stated, cancer, but also it's good for the other type of cancer. But I'm not getting into that. But exercise is pretty good for your health. And it also increases your muscle strength and tone. And the last one is the strengthening your bones and increases your joint flexibility and improve your circulation system. This is just the general items we can expect, but if we get into specifically, then I can list lots of other things. So generally, physically, we can expect better health conditions like the improved quality of life, improved fitness level, and better posture, better balance. We can expect a stronger heart, and your body system can fight over illnesses. Your body system can control your body weight, and you can expect stronger muscles and stronger bones. From the perspective of mentality, you can expect reduced depression, anxiety, and also you can relieve your stress, and you can expect better quality of sleep, and increased cognitive functioning, increased mental alertness, and the feeling more energetic, and you can relax. What about the social perspective? We can expect the social integration. So sports is very good for the social integration. So in military junta in 80s, military junta regime used the sports function as the social for the social integration. And you have more opportunity to meet people, new people actually, and build the social skills, the strengthening relationship with other people, enjoy others' company, and increases the family time and building new friendship. What about emotional aspect? Increases the feelings of happiness, positive mood and affect, increases the feeling of self-awareness, better self-esteem, better self-confidence, increases the feelings of success, the lower sadness, lower tension, lower anger. Yeah, just so now you may understand there are just so many advantages once you participate in exercise. Then now you may ask yourself, how much exercise would be good? How much exercise would be good? For adult, aged 19 to 64, usually 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity would be good. I'm talking about the unit of week. Okay? According to WHO, the organization strongly recommends 250 minutes for adults. But this one is the recommending moderate intensity exercise rather than just other type of exercise. You can achieve those amount of required exercise by participating in exercise combined together. Moderate exercise and vigorous exercise across the week for 75 minutes. So a mixture of moderate level exercise and vigorous exercise would be okay. And exercising with weight would be good. And what about other type of exercise like yoga? The yoga is pretty much good for your mental alertness. It's like mental muscles. And yoga is especially good for your flexibility. And another one is for your mindfulness. So you can minimize the amount of time spent sedentary for expanded period. So as I told you before, if you study for 1 hour, sitting in your chair, then stand up and move around and relax and breathe, the deep breath, and then take a rest for approximately 10 minutes and get back to your work. That would be strongly recommendable. Okay, this is the basic triangle type recommended the daily lifestyle. And moderate intensity, the physical activity would be required for everybody, from child to senior members in this society. And next one would be cardiorespiratory or cardiovascular endurance, 3 to 5 days per week. And next one would be strength training, 2 to 3 days per week. And the sedentary activity. This is just take a rest, just a static state. Okay, this one would be required for everybody. And the next one, this is a typical type for the women obesity and men obesity. This is a typical the fat store type, which is around the hip. The fat is developed. In contrast to for the case of man, the fat is stored around the waist. So the type, the obesity type, is a little bit different from each other for men and women. This picture showing how you measure the skin fold. This is showing that the machine, the gadget to measure your skin fold. Okay, this picture shows cardio heart system. And the last part, okay, let me show. The end of the heart is called apex. This one is called 동방결절, AB node. And once it generates your electricity, the electricity transfer to this way, and the heart system start to pump, and you see the blue line and red line. It's artery. This one is vein. So it has the artery system has 3 branches. This one is the going down to the lower limb system. This one is the going up. This one is going to itself, is the covering all over the heart system. Okay? And if something is blocking in the artery somewhere around here, it's called coronary artery disease. So we call it CAD. CAD, coronary artery disease. We call it 관상동맥증. This is the leading causes of death for American people. In case of Korea, this is the number 6 for cause of death. Okay, let me show you the inner side of the artery. This one is very pure. There's no obstacles. There's nothing here, but you see there's something happening, and you see there's some type of scar. And then as times go along, then you see some type of something is getting bigger and bigger. You see the diameter. The diameter is this one is very wide, but this one is very narrow. Okay. And the something is blocking the way. We call it 혈전 or 피떡. Usually this one is used for medical doctors. 피떡 means 피가 떡이 된 거예요. So this one is the blocking. So the tissue behind the blocked way is getting the eye. This is called, it's happening in your heart system and as well as in your brain system. Okay? So it's like a very close relationship between your brain system and the heart system. Okay? When it happens in your heart system, it's called 관상동맥증. And if it's happening in your brain system, then 뇌출혈, something like that. What about comparing between the arteries for the young people and the aged people? You see the diameter is larger than this one. I talked about the brain. There are the 3 important parts of your brain system. The first one is the hippocampus. We call it the hammer in Korea. This one is in charge of your just short-term memory. Next one is the amygdala. The amygdala is dealing with your emotion. And we call it 편도체. And the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus means 시상하부. It's dealing with the endocrine system. So when you research about exercise benefit, especially for brain, you have to see and note those three important parts. So this one is dealing with what? The memory. This one is dealing with your emotional stuff. This one is dealing with the endocrine system. Because endocrine system can be changed as a result of the exercise participation. Because of time limitation, I can't say anything more, but if we have more time, then we can talk about that later. Thank you very much.